I think the other thing that I learned, Joe, is that those businesses are also incredibly stable and reliable. So there's you said two people per square foot. There's two people per square foot, 52 weeks a year in those buildings, right? So your cash flow is relatively stable and reliable. You don't have a lot of cyclicality in it like a lot of other businesses.
Mm.
Well,
Would you agree with that?
the
Yeah.
one area that you do, Steve, is inside office buildings during holidays.
Uh,
Holidays, you lose about 3 days, a day before and a day after, So you really have to count holidays as almost a zero. I used to be open no matter what. I had a motto: rain, sleet, or snow, don't you worry, you can count on Joe. And Ron, you may know this, but during Hugo, that's when we got that motto because my stores were open. I bought generators in and kept doing it at these office buildings, and so
and Hugo was a tornado that hit the East
right,
Coast where you operated.
right,
Yeah. So for people that may not know, yeah.
But I say that because the concept is, in fact, the consistency works, and it is much easier to produce staffing when you're giving them nights and weekends and holidays off. It's much harder if it's a location that is 24 hours, and so those things play into what you're asking about.
And so Julie just asked that question, actually. Is it difficult to keep these places staffed?
It's very easy to keep. That was my sales pitch for employees: no nights, no weekends, and no holidays. Matter of fact, one of the proudest things I had to say, at my peak, I had about 175, 180 employees. And I love saying this, this is not a Judge Judy puffery statement. This is a fact. My unemployment rate was a zero. And every employee I had ever hired, because I had different restaurants at different times that I had hired over the years, but they still were there at the time I sold that restaurant. And in most cases, I sold my restaurant to the manager that was there. And that meant, not that Joe was so wonderful, right? But that the job was such a great place to work in an industry that normally was very taxing.
Mm.